All right, what's happening, people? So today's a new day. Today, before I get into anything that I wrote down, I want to say that today was frustrating for me. I just felt like, I don't know, agitated and frustrated for a decent portion of today. And even like right now, I feel like I'm kind of just on edge right now. I feel like I want to go fight somebody or something. Not actually. But I was like changing out this flap sander thing at work, and it just was giving me a hard time. It was just very annoying, and I just kind of got mad. And I was just around these people that aren't really conducive of me feeling inspired. I don't know. I just felt mad today a little bit. I don't know, for a few different reasons. But okay, so like even right now, I just want to go. I'm going to the gym, which will be good because I think I need to. So anyway, we'll get right into the stuff. All right, so I said it's okay to not always finish what you start. So I was listening to this video or podcast, I guess. It's kind of dumping snow right now. Got a big blizzard coming. So it's okay to not finish everything that you start. So this guy was talking about one of these guys I respect a lot. His channel is called Yo Elliott, and he has a podcast. He does a bunch of different things. But he was talking about how what I think I remember the most, or the most vividly, I can't even see what streets these are, was that he used to think that everything he started, he had to also finish. And I also believe that. I think still now, as we speak, I feel like if I don't finish what I start, I have cheated myself. I've cheated whatever I had started to do. I feel like I owe it to myself and owe it to the people around me and to that thing, whatever that thing was or is, that I owe it to that thing to finish it, to complete that thing and make it as good as I can. Whoa. Oh no, my window. Oh shit. My window almost just broke. That was close. So I don't know. I guess so. What he said though, anyway, back to what I was talking about with him, was that he considers himself a spark, and that when a spark makes contact with a leaf, and it ignites the leaf, and then the whole forest is ablaze, and it's a roaring fire, and it spreads like wildfire. But it's okay to be that spark and let yourself just die out in the flames, and then let the rest of it continue on its own. So he was just saying that it's okay to not finish everything that you start. I know Inky Johnson had a different story. He was saying that his mom's message to him as a child or as a kid when he was growing up was he said his mom told him that, son, whatever you start, you make sure you finish. And I remember that pretty clearly as well. So there's kind of this confliction going on, but I think that I like that metaphor of the spark and the leaf and the forest fire thing. I think that makes sense to me, and I like that. I also just appreciate and respect this guy Yo Elliott, so I feel like I vibe with that a lot. But I also like Inky Johnson's things. I don't enjoy the idea of bailing on everything that you ever start. I think if you have the option to bail, then oftentimes you do, and you don't finish anything ever. So there's definitely a balance there, as usual. But anyway, kind of an interesting little thing with the Yo Elliott guy. Okay, next on the list. So there's that saying, that saying where they say, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I was thinking about that. I know my brother's roommate used to say that. That's kind of like where I first maybe heard that. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I was just thinking about this today, about how I want to be here for both. I want to be here for a good time, but I also want to be here for a long time. I don't want to have a good time and then just like call it quits after a couple of years. I want to have an awesome time. I want to have an amazing time until the day I die. I want to have good memories, awesome memories, and experiences like constantly. I don't want it to be only for a shorter period of time. I also don't want to live a boring life for a long period of time. I don't think that it has to be a certain way like that. But I think that it can be that you're having a good time for a long time. So I don't know. I was just thinking about that little quote, that saying that all these kids say now, where they're in school and they're partying and they're doing all this stuff, all these crazy things. I want to be here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah, you can do both, I think. If you're doing the right things, you can have a good time for a long time. So, anyway, quick little thing there. I also was noticing, I just jotted this down as well, that I think you can tell a lot by a person by the way that they walk upstairs. Oh my goodness. Okay. That snowplow just ran a red in a big way. If you just like look at how people walk upstairs, I think that it'll tell you a lot about that person. For example, my boss today was walking upstairs to get to do, I don't know, his lunch thing, and then he came back down those same stairs with his hot lunch, and I was just noticing how lazily and effortlessly and unenthusiastically he walked up and down those stairs. It was so boring and so fucking slow. I was just mad. I was just mad today. Just fucking furious. Not actually furious, but I was not, I don't know. I was just on edge today, and I still am. And it's because I'm with people that are fucking boring. My boss is so boring. I'm just so tired of that. I'm just so tired of him lazily just walking around. He walks so slow and he talks so slow. His facial expression is the same all the fucking time. I just want him to change. I just want to see some fire. Like, finally, I just want to see something happen in his fucking mind. I don't know. It just bugs me because now I need to, I think, change this situation. And I'm thinking of different like creative little options on how to get out. But I think that it's just dangerous when you're with people that are so fucking boring. It's just so aggravating because it's contagious too. A little bit, I think. Well, it is certainly to some extent. To me, it almost makes me more energetic because I get mad at that. Sometimes though, I get sucked in and I get also sleepy because like when you're talking to someone who's that boring, it's just like you kind of you just fall asleep. I don't know. I was thinking, so anyway, back to the stairs thing though. I think that the way that you approach. I don't want to get my window. Hang on, never mind. I'm not gonna pause. I think that the way that you approach anything in your life is the way that you approach, for the most part, everything in your life. Oops. Because the way that you do one thing is the way you're going to do the next thing. You know, it's all kind of momentum based, and it proves who you are in a hurry. You know, if you're going to do this thing lazily, there's a really good chance you're going to do the next thing lazily as well. I mean, it's look at every single piece of your life, and how do you do those things? You know, are you doing them with energy and with enthusiasm and with focus and drive? I don't know. I think if you do those things in that way, that's a great dictator on other aspects too. Because I mean, I know, just back to my boss's example, he walks so slowly. He is who he is throughout his whole life, and the stairs is just a little snapshot of that. It's like a little sneak peek of how lazy he is. I mean, maybe lazy is the wrong word. I don't want to dog on him too hard. He's a good guy. I don't know. I guess he is a hard worker, but the way he carries himself is just so mellow. I mean, he shows up to work all the time, and he's there. He's a hard worker, I guess. But it's the way that he carries himself, and it's just rough. It's just so lame. So anyway, I think that's just a good snapshot though of like, it happens to be stairs for this little example, but it can be kind of anything, you know. How do you carry yourself throughout any piece of your life during your day? because that will tell you probably quite a lot. I think that if you're seeing someone like in the gym, for example, who's like really working hard and sweating super hard and busting ass, there's a good chance that they carry that same mentality with them elsewhere. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. Like, you don't just start working hard out of the blue. You don't just start like having this certain level of energy to you out of the blue. It comes from somewhere, and it's practiced and it's developed, and it's cultivated over time. So people are subject to change, and you can certainly change who you are, and you can change who you want to become. Fuck! Jeez, I just like, ugh! Today is just one of those days, Anyway, that's all I have to say, I think. Pretty sure. The stairs thing, yep. Alright, I might get socked in for snow right now. I gotta go work out and do some stuff. Alright, see you tomorrow. Roger out.